Hello everyone out there and welcome back to BeamNG.drive. Today we are doing an experiment. I want to find out which is faster, a front wheel drive car, rear wheel drive car, or an all wheel drive car, all with different colours. So if me does this properly, everything should timestamp, so if you want to go straight to the action then you can skip the intro. But the intro we need because I need to explain what we're doing. Now, there are probably debates on which is the best on tracks. Everyone's probably going to say all-wheel drive because you can put more power to the ground. But racetracks are not just about power, it's also about cornering. And each one of these cars act differently around corners. So what I want to do is find out which is the easiest to drive, what is the funnest to drive, and what is the best to drive. These are the sunbursts and these are the track day versions. I basically took that one and I make sure that it's 50-50 between the front wheels and the back wheels. We're not going to go like 70% of the back wheels or stuff like that. We'll do that another day. So it's 50-50. Then I took that car, I took out the front diff and the front half drives and made it to a rear wheel drive. Also the transfer case is rear wheel drive now. And same with this, but instead of the back wheels, it is the front wheels. Now, yes, I could have used one simple button and I would have made a rear-wheel drive car and a front-wheel drive car out of the same car. But also, the diff, the fact there's a whole entire metal diff in the car also makes a difference because now this car is a bit lighter at the front, this one's a bit lighter in the back. So that does matter. And we are doing it on the raceway in USA and we're going to do the full raceway. So let's get to it. Hopefully that is enough explaining and hopefully I explained it well, which knowing me, no. Hi, I did explain this very badly. We're going to do a warm-up lap on the short circuit so we can have a rolling start over the line so all the times would be consistent. And the timer will start on the starting line and we're going to time via Premiere Pro. Simple. And to prove that this is front wheel drive, it is definitely front wheel drive. This is the new Sunburst. I have not talked about it yet. This is the remastered version of it. So now they got a proper boxer engine and it is certainly more popular. Oh, okay. This also gives me time to check it out. Check out the car. Man, it's a bit laggy. So I'll show you what we're going to do on the first track and I'll explain what's in my head as I go. Also, I am not a professional race car driver. I just know a lot of things. And I'm also playing on controller. So if you can do more consistent, faster lap times, then good for you because I'm not. But if you got some tips, then I'm open for some tips. This is not going to go well. When I compare these all three cars, all three of them have their pros and cons. Even front-wheel drive, because I know front-wheel drive is heavily frowned upon when it comes to the racing community, because no one considers it. I suppose it can't be frowned upon if no one considers it, but it's got its own benefits. Shit. Alright, that's the best we're going to do, apparently. We're going to do 5 laps, and we'll take the average. There we go. I probably broke a little early. The good thing about averages is I can see, hang on. It's not all up to one run. I can mess up a bit, except I don't want to do that. You gotta do better than that. Already it's gonna take some time to get used to. Okay, be a little more gentle. Now, front-wheel drive cars like to go forwards because the front-driven wheels are pulling the car. And by the way, we're doing the full circuit, which means we need a brake here. Little copper right there. Oh, shit. Oh, should have had more practice. Front wheels means that it's pulling the car, which is really good for pointing and like accelerating, and that's where you go. But the bad thing is that the front wheels are doing so much that you might come across understeer, and understeer is the worst form of steer. Well, actually both are pretty bad. Okay, I'm just being really bad at the moment. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't hit the average. Oh, I'll share the best track time. How about that? I'll share the best and the average. That was a bit of a cut, wasn't it? Oh, don't accelerate then. I'm gonna understeer real bad. Come on. That's better. Gotta be smoother. And maybe not clip the apex so bad next time. Oh shit. Kinda overdid that one. So what's my thoughts at the moment? What do I reckon would be faster? I personally think rear-wheel drive is faster. All-wheel drive is gonna put more power onto the ground. I'm not denying that. And when you go for time attacks and you want like 1,000 horsepower of a car, I recommend all-wheel drive. But generally, I think rear-wheel drive is better because you don't usually get understeer unless your car's not built, is not tuned properly. I could have taken that a little faster. Did I say we're doing 5 laps? If I didn't, we're going to do 5 laps. Again, probably better to get more laps in to see get a better average. But I don't want to spend too much time on this. Unless it becomes a little more serious. Then I don't know, do it again, I guess. Now, already I'm learning the car and when to put on and off the power and how delicate I need to be and how harsh I need to be. Also learning my fuck-ups like that. So that was pretty bad. Oh, I should brake a little earlier. This is my 3rd lap. Why is the game lagging? I'll double check that I don't have things running in the background after this, so sorry for the poor watching, but apparently that this is a thing. Okay, I could have broke it a little later. Oh god. Alright, that was pretty bad. Alright, so this is our 3rd lap. So now it's our 4th. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was less good, but still pretty good. I could have turned a little earlier. It's the main thing about racing, it's just learning as you go. Things that you should have done, and it would cost you precious time. I can tell you this, it's really easy to lose up the wheels. You can barely touch the accelerator when you're in a corner, which you don't really want to do anyways. You just want enough throttle to get your car moving. Like that. See? That's how you do it. Oh yeah, besides the diff, I haven't really modified these cars or tuned them. I just want to point that out. I was going to put a racing transmission in, but it was sequential, and I think it would be really interesting to see how these drives would react to a manual transmission where you have to use the clutch. Now this is our 5th and final lap. Okay. That was a bit of understeer. Oh, I accelerated too much there. Keep it going. That was pretty damn good. That was not too bad itself. I mean, I could have used more of the track, but I was worried that I would understeer a lot more. Ooh. Now that's a perfect demonstration of what a front-wheel drive car can do for you. I slid out, had lift-off oversteer, but as soon as I accelerated, the car went forwards. Okay, that wasn't as good. Also, weather conditions do matter when we're discussing about this. All-wheel drive might be better in the rain compared to these, but rear-wheel drive might be better in the dry. So, there's a lot of variables. Put the apex, that was probably a penalty worthy, but we're not going to worry about that too much. It's all up to use. And cross the line. I'll just go through the short track and I'll park the car. Whoa, okay. Alright, we've parked up and I turned off Epic Games, so hopefully that works. I think it's just a case of how many cars are on the map. Now, I can technically delete them, but I just want to keep them just in case because I haven't saved them. Alright, so next up we got the rear-wheel drive in the good old red. So, difference being is that instead of all the stuff at the front wheels, we got all the things in the back wheels. Let's take it out. So the difference is we might run into oversteer depending on how this car acts. Who knows, I might have understeer because it's not tuned for it. Oh, I can already tell this is gonna be a lot better. Yeah, the car's a bit more tail happy, but it seems a little more sprightly. Ooh. I'm drifting. This is not a good sign. This car is very tail happy. This will not bode well. So it means I'm gonna have to be a little more gentle. Alright, ready? Oh shit. Okay, that's not a good start. Alright, starting the clock. So these first laps, I'm going to have to be gentle because I can't really spin out now. Otherwise, that affects times. Oh god, okay. I did not expect this car to be so tail happy, especially after driving the front wheel drive. Because the front wheel drive was actually pretty damn good. Oh. I'm in the wrong gear, so I'm going to have to be a little more gentle. Main difference of a rear-wheel drive car compared to a front-wheel drive is that since the wheels that are driven are on the back, it's actually pushing the car. Now, since the center of mass is more in the center, sometimes you might have the feeling of the back end wants to be the front end. You definitely don't get this in a front-wheel drive car, but in a rear-wheel drive, yeah. Actually, I've heard sometimes you can have really bad oversteer on a front-wheel drive car, so don't get me wrong there. But generally, that's how it works. Ah, come on. But the main reason why rear-wheel drive is a good idea for a race is that since the rear wheels want to slide out, you can actually turn a bit better in corners. If it's under controlled, mind you. That's how old F1 was so fast. Because they just steered with throttle. That wasn't good. That was bad on my part. See there, I would have hit the wall if I continued not to accelerate, but as soon as I accelerated, the car just turned around. I think I can go really fast down here. But I don't really want the test to matter because of me learning the track a bit better. That'd be pretty bad, actually. Like I said, I should have tested the track. Corner could be a bit better. Alright. Oh, flying down. Nice. Okay. I think this is my third lap. Yes. Fuck. It's really hard to control. Like, beyond hard. Oh, well, it's not beyond. I've had worse in this game. Oh, yeah, it is a game. So, it might be different in real life. That's why I chose BeamNG, because it's the closest to real life. And plus, I could control all of the variables. So, I think it's just a good choice to do this test. Oh shit, no. We don't want to drift. It's a good thing we don't have tyre wear. Oh, that's a thing I should have done. That would have been a good idea, me. Tyre wear. Alright, after this lap we got 2 more. If my memory serves me correct. I broke a little early. Yeah. That could have went a lot better. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that was not the best on my part. Okay. That was a bit of a slide. I don't like that. Not good for a race car. It might look fast, and it probably is faster, but considering how much damage I'm doing to the tyres, yeah, nah, it's not worth it. I can already tell you this, that I could do this much faster. Oh, shit. And as soon as I try, that's what I get. Because I can brake right up to the corner. That's just the one thing I'm not very good of, is managing my brake distances. Because you can kind of brake into the corner and then accelerate out like this, because it's all about the exit. The better the exit, the faster you are, because you can get more speed on these straights and then you do it all over again. That's generally what you want to do right there, and that's what I was doing with the front wheel drive, so it's nice to get the same thing out of this one. That was probably a tad early. Don't slide. Damn it. That wasn't good. That was not good at all. I apologise for that mess up. Alright, this corner. Right, there we go. I'm kind of getting the hang of it, but it is still very tail happy. Alright, this is the last stretch. Oh, I nearly flipped the car, that was bad. Hopefully it didn't matter too much, because we are across the line. I'll meet you back at the pit. Alright, now we are back and we've now completed the front wheel drive and the rear wheel drive. Now it's up to the all wheel drive. So this is essentially standard, but we set the power to be 50-50, which means 50 of the power is going to the front and 50 is going to the back. Like I said, I know that if we put more power into the back, it'll probably be a little quicker, but I just want to do this example because it's both wheels. If this video gets some amount of attention, we'll do the same test, but we'll have most of the power going to the front, most power going back, and 50-50, and see how we go. Alright, off we go. Already the car feels much faster, which is predictable because all the power is being used. No wheel spins because, well, 50 is going to the front and 50 is going to the back. So all-wheel drive just means that there's power going to the front wheels and back wheels, even though I just explained that earlier ago. Which means we got both benefits. We got benefits of having front wheel drive and benefits of back wheel drive. We're both getting pulled and pushed at the same time. But I also think that we get cons of both front wheel drive and rear wheel drive, especially when it comes to 50-50. As you can tell, I haven't really oversteered, but I've been understeering. And pretty consistently too. And even though it's got both pros, it's not gonna do it as well because they'll kind of counteract with each other. But, no need to worry, let's go. On the flying track, on the flying lap. Now already I have much more control. And I turn in corners really well. Alright, on the flying straight. Let's brake now. So that was pretty good. So far, right now in my brain is, wow, we are taking these corners really smoothly. I feel like I'm in control. But there's something I don't like. I don't like putting all 100% throttle in corners. It doesn't feel right to me. I personally feel that it should be at least 50% and then 100% throttle be used in the straights. That's my personal opinion. Oh, that was pretty good though. I can already tell this might be quicker. So I'm flying through these corners. It takes much less effort. So I can concentrate more on where I start cornering, start braking and all of that. And I've got more confidence too. So I think you know which is going to win with ease of use. Shit, I messed up. Oh, I stalled. Okay, this is not good for a good lap time. I was getting too confident. Shit. Getting too exuberant, mate. That was a really clean corner. Oh, that was less. Oh shit, that was less clean. That was weird. Sorry, I thought it blew my engine up for a second. I changed gears and the car just kind of stopped. Come on, there we go. Nice. Yeah, this definitely feels faster. But it also feels a bit unfair because I feel like I'm taking these corners extremely well now. I've also lost track of how many laps I've done, so I'm going to presume this is my third. There we go. Alright. I believe that this is my fourth lap, but it might be the fifth. If it's the fifth, then yeah, we might be cutting. If it's the fourth, then wow, my memory is pretty good. Oh, I should have had more speed. Nice. Oh, not so nice. Ooh, that was a really good corner. That was really good. Oh, that was not as good as I like, but it was still really fast. And we exited the corner really, really fast. I might have slowed down a little too much there. Oh well. Alright, so I believe that this is my final lap, but if that last lap I just did was the final, then cut to the pits. Otherwise, let's stay here and let's do another lap. Alright, on the straight again. Hello, cop, how you go? I couldn't actually find a safety car, which leads me to believe that BeamNG does not actually have an official safety car, which was a new one for me. I always thought there was a safety car, but I guess that was a mod. Oh, I did that weird thing again. I braked too early again. Alright, there we go. Just one last corner. Well, technically 2 corners, but it is a slalom or a hairpin. No, that's not a hairpin. It's definitely not a hairpin. And on the final straight, on the final race, and over. Alright, we'll see you in the pit. Ah, nice to be back. Nice bit of racing. Didn't even crash once. Didn't even respawn once. You never saw me respawn in this game. In this session. Alright, so all the cars are in now. So I'm gonna have a look. I'm basically just gonna edit the video that you're seeing right now, and we'll come back with the final review. Actually, before we do that, I should explain, when it's fresh in my head, the level of use, the controllability, the ease of use. Let's start with the front wheel drive. Now, personally, I didn't have a bad time with front wheel drive. Now, at the start, you did see me struggle a lot. It understeered a bit, and I had to focus on my throttle response more than usual. But as soon as I did that, it was quite a fun car, and it helped me to get the corners a lot better. Honestly, it actually encouraged me to be better on the track, and I actually like it for that. So controllability, I'll give it a solid B. It is quite controllable. You just need to worry about your throttle. Rear wheel drive. Okay. Now, this rear wheel drive was a very, very hard thing to handle. I would say that it was probably my second, maybe third sketchiest car I've driven on the official game, because of the amount of horsepower just going through the back, and it is a very light car. Oh, it must be very light in the back. So the back end just like really wanted to go over, which means I had to worry about throttle response. I had to worry how to take a corner, and it became very stressful. I was starting to get it at the end, but I was certainly more worried about and being less confident with the corners, which I think brought the time down a bit. I actually think that this might be getting close to last. So for control, I would give it a C-. And all-wheel drive. This was the best experience I've had so far. I rarely had to worry about throttle response, and with that, I was able to take corners very confidently, a little too confidently. Now, sometimes it did understeer a tad, but it never really oversteered unless I hit a bump weirdly. But again, it came from me being exuberant. And as soon as I took corners really well, it had no issues at all. So a solid A. Alright, let's get to the results. I am back from doing all the editing and got all the results. Now obviously you saw them as you were watching, but I couldn't see them until I started editing it. And oh man, was it quite surprising. Now evidently the all-wheel drive did win because it was easier to control, because all the power was used. While front wheel drive and rear wheel drive, I had to control the power, otherwise I'll spin the wheels. But the interesting thing was how close it was. The best times, front wheel drive was like a second behind all wheel drive, and rear wheel drive was a second behind that. And I can tell you this much, with all wheel drive, I can't actually see myself improving that much, while front wheel drive and rear wheel drive, I can. But I tried my best with all 5 laps, and I think I gave all 3 cars a good go. So it's up to you if you want me to do a rematch, if you want me to do more than 5 laps, maybe more results. I'm happy enough to do it. Just give me some more time, because there was a lot more work, and probably it'll be less, like, I'll put less effort than this one. But the next myth that I have that I want to test, which particularly is related to BeamNG. I want to see which one's faster. Now these are the fastest race cars in BeamNG.drive, to my opinion. And I've been debating on which one is actually faster. The slippery, hard to control Bollard, or the easier control but more restricted Scintilla. That's if I'm saying it correctly. I don't know. Put your vote in. I'm quite interested to see what yous will say. But hopefully in the future, we'll test this myth. And I hope yous enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.